and welcome to the chat LA. How's everyone doing out there? Yay! Oh my God, you guys are going to be amazed at who we have here today. Remember back a couple of weeks ago, we had Miss Charlene on from Motown? Remember her? Oh my God, she was so excited. I love her. She's awesome. So we have her daughter on, Bethany on, and her daughter's going to give a different perspective of what it's like to be the child of a big TV and music star, and how it affected her, good or bad or whatever. What did you want to share with us? So introduce yourself, Miss Bethany.
Hi.
Welcome. Thank you for being on the show.
Yes, thank you all so much for having me. It's such an honor. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Are you ready?
And I am.
Talk a little about yourself.
All right,
before
well,
we get dig in.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I'm excited. I'm 27 years old.
Okay.
Or actually, my name is Bethany Oliver.
Okay.
I'm 27 years old. I was homeschooled most of my young adult life.
Okay.
I am a singer myself. I am on the worship team at my church.
Awesome.
And
you have to sing for us a little bit.
of course. Why not? Of course. And I have two older sisters. I'm the baby.
Me too.
Yay! Us babies. We gotta sit together as babies.
Yes, we do.
And I'm just the daughter of a famous pop star.
Yay!
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a good question.
Yes.
When did you know, or did you realize that your mom, because she's just your mom, but when did you know that your mom was famous? At what age did you recognize for yourself?
Probably when I was around 9.
Oh wow.
Wow, that long.
Yeah, because to me, she was always mom.
Yeah.
You know? And, you know, my mom wasn't always, she wasn't very open. She wasn't like, look at me, I was famous. She was very, she was dedicated to her kids.
Okay.
And her kids were everything.
Okay.
And
Great.
so when my sister, when me and my sister were born, she put the all aside.
Okay.
So she dedicated her time to me and my sister.
Okay.
So I didn't really, I wasn't really in it when I was young.
Okay.
It was just, she was just mom.
Okay.
You know, but when I was 9, you know, I heard her and my dad talk about her career, and I was like, wait a second, what, mom? You know, I was like, you know, because she was so, you know,
She's your mom.
she was just mom.
So did she sing around you and stuff, but you just were like, okay, she's a great singer.
Yeah,
That's awesome that you didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
she
really
was.
great.
Yeah, she was very humble, and she'd always sing me and my sister's bedtime stories, bedtime songs.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being sung by Charlene?
I know,
Oliver?
right?
I know. I
Put
couldn't-
you right to sleep. Her soothing sound.
Right, I know. I had the best. I had the best. I had the best of both worlds, you know. And yeah, so she was just mom, you know, and I didn't really. It didn't faze me really, you know. And then I hit 9, and I'm like, what? Mom, you're telling me? I was like, what? You're famous? What? And then my mom Googles. She Googles herself, and I'm like, what in the world?
Oh my God.
That's awesome. That is you.
I was like, wait, you're mom. You're not famous. You're mom. You know.
What a surprise that would be. I can imagine coming home and you're like, hey Jessica, by the way, here are all the albums I have. Here are all the people I met. By the way, surprise, I'm your mom.
Yeah, I know. And my sister being older, she knew more than I did.
Okay.
You know, but me nor my sister were ever like exposed to it. Yeah.
So the kids at school didn't even know.
Well,
No.
Is there a reason why you're homeschooled then? Is why?
Well,
Oh, that's right. You're
Yeah.
homeschooled.
I was homeschooled because I developed a really bad stutter when I was a kid,
Okay.
and I got really badly bullied. And the bullying got really, really bad.
Okay.
And it got to the point so severe that my mom was like, okay, she's coming out of
That's
school.
good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad she did that.
Yeah,
That's hard.
it was really bad because I was the dorky kid with the glasses and the stutter and the gap between your teeth, and I was that nerd, you know, that dorky girl.
It's hard to tell. Look at me.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Wow.
you know, I was that dorky kid, so it was like I was the target for the bullies. So you know,
Yeah.
kids are called kids.
And that's
yeah.
too bad that it has to be like that, you know.
Yeah, it's and that's also part of what I want to talk about too is bullying and how how it can really affect people, and also like so my mom was a good mom. She took me out of school and she's like, I'm gonna homeschool her.
Okay.
So she put me into a homeschool program and it helped. I was able to get some of my education.
Okay.
But then at 12 my mom was like, hey, I got asked to go on a worldwide tour. You want to come?
Oh my gosh, that sounds so awesome. I'd be like,
Yeah.
let me pack my bag.
Right? She was like, you're unhappy at school, and you're unhappy at school, and you and my father. Right, I know, and so she, and so she sat me down, and she's like, okay, your father and I talked about it, and we think it'd be good, a good education for you to get exposed to the world.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, it's traveling, of course I'll go. Like, it's always been my dream to travel, because my dad lives in England,
Okay.
and so being exposed to England,
Okay.
and England was our main stop, and I'm like, oh, I can see friends and family and cousins and all that stuff. So excited just to go see family,
Right.
because that was.
Yeah, as a 12-year-old, that's all you kind of like think about. Like,
Yeah.
you don't realize like there's so much that you're gonna learn and like
Exactly.
see
Yeah,
at a
exactly.
young age.
How long was the
Yeah.
tour?
So it lasted the whole tour was 2 years. But it was 6 months in England, then 6 months home, then 6 months in England. So we came.
I see.
So it was a period of 3 years, but it was 6 months at a time.
Okay.
So yeah,
so cool.
yeah. So it was fantastic. So it was like so the first 6 months was all of England. So Scotland down to Wales and all that stuff, and then we went home. The next 6 months was Spain, Ireland.
Wow.
Not France. Those areas like that, Australia. Yeah, and I saw so much.
Wow.
What did you take away from that, being so young, traveling? Is there, things that you took away, you learned that, kind of brought you to where you are today?
I learned how to grow up really fast.
Yeah.
I grew up really fast. Yeah, I have a hard time conversating with people my age because I was around. Yeah, exactly. Also, so I was around older people my whole young adult life. That conversating with people who are older, having conversations with people older than me is a lot easier than someone who's my age.
Right. So that kind of was a struggle for you. Like, did you have friends your age, or was it hard finding friends?
It was very hard finding friends. I had no friends my age. So it was very hard for me, and that's also another thing of having a mom who is famous is you sacrifice a lot of, because me, I was the younger daughter who traveled with my mom, and my sister was the one that stayed here and got an education. And she went to school, went to college. She did all the, the high school, junior high school, 4-year college, and I was the one that traveled with my mom.
Okay.
So it was like my sister and I both took different paths.
Way different paths.
So my sister chose the normal route, and I chose a not so normal route. So, but I wouldn't change.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Plus
change.
you were younger too, right? So maybe, your mom wanted to have you a little closer.
The
because
timing
she was
of
a
it,
little-
Yeah, and we're also we're still extremely close.
That's good.
But at the time, we were very, very close. Because my mom was my best friend, and she still is my best friend.
Oh,
I
I love it.
So when your mom is on stage performing, where would you be?
I would be either backstage or in the audience.
So you never really you did get to see her perform.
Yeah. I was most of the time I was backstage.
How's that?
It was. I had a real thrill from
Yeah.
it. Like I got a real thrill. Like it was like super surreal at times.
Yeah.
Because my mom would sing. She'd be singing at nightclubs.
Okay.
And I'm a 16-year-old girl or
Yeah.
a 14-year-old girl going to a nightclub, and I'm like, what is this? And like just totally taken back. And
Yeah.
Every 16-year-old's dream.
Right. I was like 16 years old and going into nightclubs and.
I didn't go to my
Was
first
that
concert
possible?
until I was like 18, So.
Right?
Well, official concert.
okay,
About
okay.
18, yeah.
Yeah, so
Wow.
I was exposed to a lot, and so I saw a lot of things, good and bad, so it matured me a lot.
Okay.
I had to mature to adapt to my surroundings,
Okay.
kind of thing.
Okay.
So yeah.
Tell us about some of the people you met, though. I'm sure some of it was exciting.
Yeah, I did. My mom actually got invited to a birthday party for one of the celebs, and we were there. And I was 16. Oh, this is right after we came back from our England tour.
Okay.
And I was about 16, almost 17, and we got invited to a birthday party. And David Spade was there, Brittany Murphy was there, Alanis Morissette was somewhere.
Did you see her?
I didn't. I wish I did. But Steven Spielberg was there, hiding in the corner somewhere. Neil Patrick Harris was there.
Oh my gosh.
And you knew of all those people, right?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Wow,
Neil
that's
Patrick Harris was just starting out, so I wasn't that aware of him. I was like, who's that? Like, I wasn't. It was like during his Doogie Howard. Like,
Oh, yeah, Doogie Howser.
Right after his Doogie Howser thing.
Okay.
So, Neil Patrick Harris, I wasn't completely familiar with, but David Spade, Mia Vandellis from Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
Was there, and I actually danced with David Spade.
Oh,
He asked me to dance with him, and I'm like, yes, okay.
Wow.
And then
That's so
Rick,
funny.
Imagine if social media was popular back then.
I
Oh my
know,
gosh.
right? I wish. And Sweet, I don't know if you guys remember him, but you remember Ricky Smith from American Idol?
Ricky Smith.
Oh yeah, the
Yes.
she bang.
No.
No, he was in American Idol. He was the he passed away recently from a car accident.
I heard about him.
Yeah, he was there.
I heard about him. Yeah.
Yes, Ricky Smith, he became a dear friend of ours. He actually lived with us for a while.
Oh,
He was in transition between like housing and stuff, so we put him up for like a good 5 or 6 months, and we became super close. And he was at the party, and
That must have been hard for you guys when he passed.
it was hard. It was so hard. It was devastating because we lost touch for a while, and then I emailed him and I was asking him how he's doing, and he was doing well, and then he ended up passing away, and I cried for like 3 days. But he was there, and he was so incredibly sweet, so sweet. He was on the show with Clay Aiken and Ruby Studdard. They were all in the same show.
Okay.
He was part of that.
Okay. I have to see a picture.
Yeah.
I only have to see it. Oh my God! But I heard about him.
Yeah, he was part of that. He was part of that
Like
that season.
Original,
Yeah, he was part of that season. He got like 6th place or something.
Oh man,
So he got kind of high.
Because I watched that one, so I'm sure I know him.
Yeah. If you guys see pictures of him, you guys will go, oh, I remember him.
Oh, that's so sad. Wow.
Yeah. So he became a dear friend of ours, and
Okay.
rest his soul.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So up after you toured, did you then get back to the
Normal
States
life.
and
Quote unquote.
was everything normal? I guess.
Semi-normal.
So, how do you go from that to going into a regular system?
I think it's really hard. Once you're kind of in that lifestyle, you kind of. I went through a really bad depressive time because I kind of got stir crazy.
Okay.
Because
I can imagine.
I basically saw like all these different countries and saw all these different things, and I was traveling, not knowing what day would, what the next day would bring until I'm sitting, I went to high school eventually, my freshman year, and I was so miserable at school.
Oh wow.
I was like, my skin, it's like my skin was crawling because I felt like I want to go, I want to get out, I want to travel, I want to like see something. So it was hard for me, and ultimately the travel bug hit me so bad that I didn't graduate high school.
Oh man.
I chose to go tour with my mom again because the traveling itch was so much. I couldn't stay away from it.
So it's like a drug, huh?
It was a it was a drug.
Like something that you got accustomed to.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And so I stayed.
I get it though. I get it.
Yeah,
I
it
can
was.
imagine.
Yeah, I couldn't stand it. Like I
Probably a
couldn't.
little boredom too.
Yes, it was. Yeah, because I was so every day was like, what is today gonna bring, or who am I gonna meet today, or what club or what interview am I going to today?
Yeah.
It was always like constant adrenaline is what I can call it. It was a constant adrenaline high. So and then getting back to a normal life, I'm like, get me out of here, And so another tour came up, and I'm like, yes, let's go.
So how old were you at that point?
I was 17.
Oh, so okay. So
Yeah.
like, you have normal life, not for me.
Yeah, normal life, no thank
Going
you.
back,
Okay. I went to one school dance, and I was just like, no, because the thing is I was exposed to older people. That people my age, I was like, oh, get out of my face.
So that's a good thing though. But do you regret? You don't regret it though. You don't regret not going to prom and all that? Because a lot of kids in your position are like, oh, I wish I had the normal high school life. I wish I could go to prom, but you just never.
Prom is not all that cracked up to be.
It's really
Yeah,
not.
no, you know, I didn't have that many friends anyway
Okay.
because
Yeah.
of all the traveling that I did.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to make because kids have friends from junior high all the way to high school.
That's true.
Right.
Elementary school. Yeah.
Exactly. I kind of went to school not knowing anybody.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
got
it was like it was just me and like the friends I did make were, you know, they were hi, bye, see you in the next period, you know, those kind of friends, but they weren't like best friends where I was like,
surface.
yeah, exactly. I mean, most of my friends are in England.
Oh, wow.
I have a friend who we've been friends for almost 20 years,
Oh,
and we're still as close today as we were the day we
that's
met.
so cool.
Oh, wow.
You know, she's my closest friend. I mean, her name's Cara, and I love her to death.
Oh.
You know,
Hi, Cara.
hi, Cara, love you.
So do you ever think about relocating from the United States and living overseas?
I've definitely thought about it. It's definitely been.
Would it be hard, though, because your mom is here?
Yeah, I mean, they were thinking about moving too, but it's just like they're trying to figure out the finances and you know the exchange rate and all that stuff. It's just it's kind of hard.
Okay.
You know, but we are planning a relocation to Texas, which is easier, more manageable. So that way that we can probably go to England more often.
Okay, okay.
You know.
What's in Texas? Just out of curiosity.
Just cheaper houses.
Yeah.
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 Different it's a different lifestyle.
A lot of people are
lifestyle.
moving up for there.
They really
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. It's a different life. Yeah.
Like there's
Okay, so you had mentioned how you want to help other young kids with bullying. So what made you want to do that? I know you said you were bullied in school, so
Yeah.
now that's what you want to do to help other kids as well?
Yeah, I really do because bullying really affected the way I pictured other kids and pictured school, and it really put a damper on my social life. It was like I was terrified of make friends, and I was terrified of what people would think of me, and it really affected my way of it really affected me socially. I couldn't really build relationships because of the bullying because it was like
anyone.
and trust anybody
Yeah,
because
that's
it
a
was
shame.
just you know having rocks thrown at you, it's not that bad, but someone who's 7 or 8 and trying to make friends and they have rocks thrown at you and
Yeah,
they're
that's
calling
bad.
you stutter mouth and four eyes
That's
and
bad.
That
And,
is
like-
bad, no matter what form it comes in.
Can you
and
imagine if social media
It has
back
a
then?
negative effect.
yeah, it was horrible, and it was like and my sister, we were at the same school, but my sister had her own friends, and it wasn't gonna bother my sister. She was like, I was 7, she was 11. I wasn't gonna go, sis, help me. She would have been like, oh, get away from me, you know. You know how older sisters are with their little sisters. They're like, get away, get cooties.
Oh yeah.
I believe that bullying is something that, as a society, we need to get a hold of because there's so many adverse effect on young people with bullying.
Yes,
And the
yeah.
schools need to
recognize it.
If they have to call parents or something, then something needs to be done.
Yeah, and I really believe that. I really believe that, and also I believe that bullying is a result of what's happening in the house. I believe that parents aren't stepping up to the plate and raising their children the way they should be. Because nowadays both parents are working,
That's true.
and kids come home to an empty home, and they have no guidance. They have other kids at school, but how are they being raised at home? So I feel like really it comes down to the parents.
Right. You don't grow up that. I mean, you're not born that way.
Yeah.
You're not born evil.
Yeah, you're not born that way. So I really feel that it comes down to the way people parent their children.
Or not parent.
Yeah, exactly. And
So what are you doing to, I know you said you wanted to help. What are you doing in particular?
I'm thinking about starting a blog,
Okay.
like a bullying prevention or a bullying support group or something, a blog, just to have people, people who have gone through the same thing or are going through it and they want help. I can try to provide as much help as I can or, tell them my story and be like, hey, this is how I coped with it, or this is what I did
That's
to,
great.
That's awesome.
That's
that you wanna
great.
do that.
Yeah,
That's
I really want to, because bullying is getting so rampant right now.
It really is. Especially with all of the technology and everything.
It's like cyberbullying.
There's so many forms of bullying.
So is that something you're in the process of setting up your blog, or
Yeah.
because we want to make sure that we help you promote it when you get it ready.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm definitely looking into WordPress.
Okay.
The WordPress website for the blog.
All right. Okay, Miss Veronica, what do you have to say for us today?
To attach on to her bullying platform that she would like to work on, be nice to everybody. It doesn't make sense to be mean. Be nice and loving and say hello and smile.
make eye contact.
Yeah.
It's good. Love it. Love it. All right, Miss Bethany, what do you have to say, sing for us
I
today?
don't know. I'm trying to think of what songs I know.
Okay. Even if you just know a few bars, we want to hear you sing.
What's your favorite praise and worship song?
That's a good one. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. To see you high lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing, holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. I want to see you.
That's one of my favorites too.
And ladies, that's a wrap. See you next time.
Oh, you're good. I love that's literally one of my favorite songs. They never sing it at our church.
Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you.
Come on, Charlene, come on.
I want to see you.
Film this. Can you film this?
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. To see you high lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing, holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. I want to see you. Amen. See, praise and worship can happen anytime, anywhere.
I haven't heard that one in a long time. I forgot that I love it so much.
I just couldn't think of anything. I'm like, ah.